Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. We're still joined by head golf coach David Sinan. Coach, including the Braves in the number 25 position, 5 Peach Belt Conference teams are currently ranked among the top 30 teams in golfstat.com head-to-head rankings, including top-ranked Flagler. Who are some of the other teams in the Southeast region that you have identified as contenders for a berth into regionals?
First of all, that's absolutely amazing for the Peach Belt Conference. I believe we only have 8 teams, and to have that many in the top 25 is amazing and really shows you where the conference has gone. It gets stronger every year. We're still lagging behind the Sunshine State Conference. They're also obviously in our region. 2/3 of their conference is very, very good. So regionally, it's all about Sunshine Conference and a few of the Peach Belt schools, I'd say.
Well, your team spend a lot of time in close quarters with each other on the road, oftentimes making long road trips in 15-passenger vans. What is one of your most memorable stories from a road trip over your 10-plus years career as head coach of the UNCP golf programs?
That's a good question. Anything away from golf sometimes is very, very memorable. Obviously, golf is fun, but last fall, like the girls, we went on a lighthouse tour in Hilton Head, tons of pictures, that kind of thing. Men's team got to visit the World Golf Hall of Fame back in February. Things like that are very memorable. We do have certain kinds of pranks, more of the men's team. Some people might find a banana in their golf bag, things like that. One year we had a kid pretend to wet the bed to surprise and irritate his teammate. And I played along with it, and kind of one kid got very, very disappointed and disgusted, and I kind of straightened him out that we've all done it, relax, things happen. And 3 months later, we told him that it was just a joke and it was warm water. That's probably my favorite.
Well, I know from one of the end of the year awards banquets, you gave an award about the best Sasquatch call.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that was a memorable experience for me, hearing you tell that story.
Yeah, that was Jen Crow. We used to watch that stupid show, Finding Bigfoot, I guess, and we'd always find squatchy areas around the golf courses and make calls and do wood knocks and see if we get anything back.
Well, your teams regularly post some of the highest grade point averages in the athletics department at UNCP. What do you do as a coach to ensure your players have just as much success in the classroom as on the golf course?
GPA and academics are extremely important. Two of my favorite days of the year are commencement and graduation in December and in May. It starts with setting high standards. When I'm recruiting, I tell them my standard's 3.0 for all my golfers, and I really stick to that, setting high standards. On campus, we really work with relationships for our kids, getting to know their professors, not being that so-called dumb jock sitting on the back row trying to get a C. We want shaking hands. I'm on the golf team. I'm here to make an A. The relationship's real important. We also take advantage of study hall for all freshmen and transfers, and we use the facilities and the assets on campus here to be successful.
Well, it's always recruiting season for a collegiate head coach, but what are some of the things that prospective student athletes should be doing at this time of the year to get noticed, not just by you, but other collegiate head coaches as well?
Well, just don't sit around waiting for us to call you. Pick up the phone, give us a call, email us. Developing a playing resume. What have you played in? What have you shot? Also an academic resume of your test scores, GPA, class rank. Also, big advice for the kids, for the prospects, is for them to email and call me. I've had parents pretending to be their kids contacting me, which can be very awkward when I call the kid to recruit them and they have no clue what I'm talking about.
Well, if you had to list 3 things that you look for in a prospective student athlete for either your team or for either of your teams at UNCP, what would they be?
Golf talent, obviously. Strong academic background. I'll throw in 4. Integrity is huge. Would I let them babysit my kids is a question I always ask. Would I trust them with my children? And then just coming from a good family. A really good, solid support system back home and a good history of good behavior, you could say.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show with
Sure,
us today.
thank you.
And thank you for watching this week's edition of the Black and Gold Report. Until next week, go Braves.